Dear students, I heartily welcome you to the 13th session of Accounting 1 subject of first year BBA. In this session, we will learn about the double entry system of bookkeeping, advantages and disadvantages of double entry system of bookkeeping. How to maintain an account is also part of this session. We will learn about the meaning and objectives of double entry system of bookkeeping, advantages and disadvantages of double entry system of bookkeeping. Dear students, I heartily welcome you to the 13th session of Accounting 1 subject of first year BBA. In this session, we will learn about the double entry system of bookkeeping, advantages and disadvantages of double entry system of bookkeeping. How to maintain an account is also part of this session. Double entry system of bookkeeping has emerged in the process of evolution of various accounting techniques. According to double entry system of bookkeeping, every transaction has twofold aspects, debit and credit, and both the aspects are to be recorded in the books of account. ಡಬಲ್ ಎಂಟ್ರಿ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಎವ್ರಿ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುವಂತಹ ಎರಡು ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ಗಳ ಬಗ್ಗೆ, ಎರಡು ಅಂಶಗಳ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಪ್ರಾಮುಖ್ಯ ನೀಡುತ್ತದೆ. ಡಬಲ್ ಎಂಟ್ರಿ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಆಫ್ ಬುಕ್ ಕೀಪಿಂಗ್ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎರಡು ಅಂಶಗಳು ಅಥವಾ ಎರಡು ಪಾರ್ಟೀಸ್ಗಳು ಇನ್ವಾಲ್ವ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಅಂಡ್ ಬೋತ್ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್, ಎರಡು ಆಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಗಳನ್ನ ಪುಸ್ತಕಗಳಲ್ಲಿ, ಬುಕ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ಸ್ ಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ರೆಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡುವಂತಹದ್ದು ಡಬಲ್ ಎಂಟ್ರಿ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಆಫ್ ಬುಕ್ ಕೀಪಿಂಗ್ ನ ವೈಶಿಷ್ಟ್ಯ. ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ there is one party who will be receiving the benefit, there is one party who will be giving the benefit. For example, I have purchased furniture worth rupees 20,000 from Harsha Furnitures, Mangalore. Now, this is a business transaction. For Harsha Furniture, it is a business transaction where they have sold furniture to me. But in this transaction, it is not just Harsha who is involved. Harsha Furniture is one party. I am one party. I am paying 20,000 rupees to Harsha Furnitures and Harsha Furniture is giving me the furniture. So, I am receiving some benefit and giving some benefit. Harsha Furniture is also receiving some benefit and giving some benefit. So, Harsha Furniture is giving the benefit of a furniture which is readily available with them to me. And instead of that benefit they are giving, they are receiving something, that is cash. So here both the aspects of the transaction between two contracting parties which are of equal value. So furniture na bele 20,000, ನಾನು 20,000 ಕ್ಯಾಶ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೇನೆ ಅಥವಾ ಚೆಕ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೇನೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ಫಾರ್ ಸಮ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಆಫ್ ಬೆನಿಫಿಟ್ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ರಿಸೀವ್ಡ್, ಐ ಆಮ್ ಗಿವಿಂಗ್ ಸಮ್ ಬೆನಿಫಿಟ್ ಟು ಹರ್ಷ ಫರ್ನಿಚರ್. ಸೊ ಈ ಎರಡೂ ಆಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಗಳನ್ನ, ರಿಸೀವ್ ಆದ ಆಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮತ್ತು ಬೆನಿಫಿಟ್ ವಿಚ್ ಹಸ್ ಬಿನ್ ಗಿವನ್, ಎರಡನ್ನೂ ರೆಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡುವುದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಡಬಲ್ ಎಂಟ್ರಿ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಆಫ್ ಬುಕ್ ಕೀಪಿಂಗ್ ಅಂತ ಕರೀತೇವೆ. So a business transaction involves exchange of benefits of equal value. So one who is receiving the benefit is also giving some benefit to the other party. Double entry system recognizes and records both the aspects of the transaction. This system is proved to be systematic and has been found of great use for recording the financial affairs for all institutions requiring use of money. Now let us now understand the objectives of double entry system of bookkeeping. Double entry system of bookkeeping intends to maintain complete record of all the business transactions of a business. This helps the organization to have complete set of record which is scientific as well as systematic, so that whenever we get back to the transaction, we always know who has been the parties to the transaction, the receiver, the giver of the benefit, the value exchange, the benefit exchanged, and the context in which the particular transaction has occurred can be easily understood. Double entry system of bookkeeping intends to find out the true and fair view of profit or loss incurred by the business by maintenance of complete record of all the transactions. As an investor, always would like to know the true profit or loss of the organization in which he has invested. Double entry system of bookkeeping facilitates this particular activity by maintaining complete record of all the transactions. Double entry system of bookkeeping also intends to provide the clear financial position of the business by way of maintenance of record of transactions. Also, to provide reliable information to the users for rational decision making. Record madudra uddesha enu? As an investor, as a businessman, I would always like to know whether my business, whether the operations which I have carried out have resulted in profit or loss. If I do not have proper records, of the business transactions, I will not be able to ascertain the profit or loss of my organization in a systematic manner. So, double entry system of bookkeeping facilitates preparation of profit and loss account and thereby helps the investor understand his profitability position. The third objective is ascertainment of financial position of the business. When a business is in operation, it will acquire several assets, it will owe certain monies to the outsider. Over a period of time, there will be accumulation of assets and liabilities. The investor would always like to know his financial position, whether he is in a favorable position or an unfavorable position, providing reliable information to the users for rational decision making. If I am able to maintain my data accounting record properly, only then I will be able to satisfy the needs of these information seekers, as this information is required for them for making decisions related to their investments, their purchases, their expansion, their diversification. The information becomes more important, and hence it is my responsibility to provide them more reliable information in facilitating their decision making process. What are the advantages of double entry system of bookkeeping? First advantage here is complete record of transactions. ಒಂದು ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಆಗಿ ರೆಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಆಟೋಮ್ಯಾಟಿಕ್ಲಿ ಆ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ನ ಮೇಲೆ ಒಂದು ಟ್ರಸ್ಟ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಫೇತ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದೇ ಮಾಹಿತಿಯನ್ನ ಇಗ್ನೋರ್ ಮಾಡಲಾಗುವುದಿಲ್ಲ. We will have a complete set of information about the business. The second advantage is here we are classifying the accounts into 3 categories: personal, real and nominal. ನಾವು ನಮ್ಮ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ಸ್ ಗಳನ್ನ 3 ಭಾಗಗಳಾಗಿ ವಿಂಗಡಿಸ್ತೇವೆ. That is personal, real and nominal. This helps us in identifying the various transactions in different categories. As we maintain complete record of transactions leading towards preparation of different ledger accounts and thereby preparation of trial balance, it helps us in checking arithmetical accuracy. So, ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಾಕ್ಷನ್ನ 2 ಇಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ನಾವು ರೆಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಕೊನೆಗೆ ಈ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಾಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ನ ಇಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಲೆಜರ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮೂಡಿ ಬಂದು ಕೊನೆಯದಾಗಿ ನಾವು ಟ್ರಯಲ್ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ. ಸೊ ಪ್ರತಿ ಹಂತದಲ್ಲಿ 2 ಆಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ರೆಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಟ್ರಯಲ್ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಟ್ಯಾಲಿ ಆಗಬೇಕು ಅಥವಾ ಮ್ಯಾಚ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಹಿಯರ್ ಇಟ್ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ಸ್ ಅಸ್ ಇನ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡಿಂಗ್. ಮ್ಯಾಚ್ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಎರರ್ ಆಗಿರೋ ಸಾಧ್ಯತೆ ಉಂಟು, ಫ್ರಾಡ್ ಆಗಿರೋ ಸಾಧ್ಯತೆ ಅನ್ನೋದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಈ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ನಮಗೆ ಮಧ್ಯಂತರದಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ ಎಚ್ಚರಿಕೆಗಳನ್ನು ನೀಡುತ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ ಅರಿಥಮೆಟಿಕಲ್ ಅಕ್ಯುರಸಿ, ನಂಬರ್ಸ್ಗಳು ತಾಳೆ ಆಗುವುದು, ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸಸ್ಗಳು ತಾಳೆ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕಾಗಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಇನ್ ಕೇಸ್ ಅದಾಗಿಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಅಸ್ ಇನ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡಿಂಗ್ that something has gone wrong, you need to work on this. Detection of errors and reducing the chances of frauds. ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಹಂತದಲ್ಲಿ 2 ಎಫೆಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಗಳನ್ನ ರೆಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಎರರ್ಸ್ಗಳು ಆಗುವ ಸಾಧ್ಯತೆಗಳು ಕಡಿಮೆ. ಆದರೂ ಕೂಡ ಅದನ್ನು ಡಿಟೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕಾಗತ್ತೆ. ಯಾವಾಗ? ಮೇ ಬಿ ಟ್ರಯಲ್ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ನಾಟ್ ಟ್ಯಾಲಿ, ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಶೀಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ನಾಟ್ ಟ್ಯಾಲಿ. Okay, in these circumstances or when the auditing is happening, you will be able to find out if one transaction has been entered, partial transaction has been entered, the other part is not entered, it can be detected easily. Also, frauds, the chances of frauds will reduce. The person who wants to commit the fraud will think twice because he knows that if not now, over a period of time, his fraud can be detected. So it will be under check. The checking mechanism is in process under double entry system of bookkeeping. So there is always a chance of getting caught. So it will discourage people from committing fraud. The next advantage here is ascertainment of true profit or loss of the business, as every aspect, every transaction, expense, loss, personal, real, in irrespective of the nature of transaction, every business transaction which are partly or fully financial in nature is recorded in the business. I get the complete set of information about my business, and I will be able to prepare trading and profit and loss account, which helps me in determining the true profit or loss of my business. ಒಂದು ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಾಕ್ಷನ್ ನ ಒಂದು ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ನ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಅನ್ನು ರೆಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಅದು ಪರ್ಸನಲ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಆಗಿರಲಿ, ಕ್ಯಾಶ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಗಿರಲಿ, ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟ್ ಆಗಿರಲಿ, ಖರ್ಚಿನ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಗಿರಲಿ, ಇನ್ಕಮ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಾಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿರಲಿ, ಏನೇ ಆಗಿರಲಿ ಅದನ್ನ ರೆಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ನನಗೊಂದು ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥಿತ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಲೆಜರ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಟ್ರಯಲ್ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ದೆನ್ ಐ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ಟ್ರೇಡಿಂಗ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಪ್ರಾಫಿಟ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಲಾಸ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ವಿಚ್ ವಿಲ್ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಮೀ ಡಿಟರ್ಮೈನಿಂಗ್, ನನಗೆ ನನ್ನ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ನ ಪ್ರಾಫಿಟ್ ಅಥವಾ ಲಾಸ್ ಪೊಸಿಷನನ್ನು ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಳ್ಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಈ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಅನುಕೂಲ ಮಾಡಿ ಕೊಡ್ತದೆ. ಸಿಮಿಲರ್ಲಿ, ascertain the true financial position of the business, as every transaction is recorded, every asset purchase, every asset sold, every liability, new liability arisen or liability been paid off, everything has been recorded. I exactly know my financial position at the end of the accounting year. How much do I owe and how much money is owed to my business. Double entry system of bookkeeping provides us reliable and verifiable information because no transaction is recorded without the source. So every transaction is recorded with the source of information, that is either on the basis of the bill or invoice or some documentary evidence. The information which I have recorded in the books is always verifiable. I can get back to the source of the document and see whether the transaction has genuinely happened or not, and hence the information so generated is genuine, reliable, and these records will facilitate preparation of financial statements, and these financial statements over a period of time becomes comparable. I can compare my current year performance with the previous year performance, or I can also compare my performance of this particular year with the last 5 years, last 10 years. Based upon the financial statements I have prepared, I can determine whether I have done well over a period of time or whether I have not done well over a period of time. Also, I can compare my financial information with that of my competitors. However, the system is not free from limitations. ಯಾವುದೇ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಕುಂದುಕೊರತೆಗಳು ಖಂಡಿತ ಇರ್ತವೆ. ಸೊ ಡಬಲ್ ಎಂಟ್ರಿ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಆಫ್ ಬುಕ್ ಕೀಪಿಂಗ್ is told to be a little complicated and difficult because it requires expert knowledge of accounting. So accounting na ಪರ್ಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ನಾಲೆಜ್, ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪರ್ಟ್ ನಾಲೆಜ್ ಬೇಕಾಗಿರ್ತದೆ. ಯಾವ ಅಕೌಂಟ್, ರೈಟ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಐಡೆಂಟಿಫೈಯಿಂಗ್ ದ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ವಾಲ್ವ್ಡ್ ಇನ್ ಅ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಾಕ್ಷನ್, treatment of debit and credit of each account involved, and recording these transactions in the relevant ledgers, posting into relevant ledger accounts, balancing the particular account, preparing trial balance, preparing trading and profit loss account requires expert accounting knowledge. ಇದನ್ನ ಯಾರು ಯಾವಾಗ ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೂ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗುದಿಲ್ಲ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಇದನ್ನ ಕಾಂಪ್ಲಿಕೇಟೆಡ್ ಅಂತ ಡಿಫಿಕಲ್ಟ್ ಅಂತ ಯಾಕೆ ಕರೀತಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಈ ಡಬಲ್ ಎಂಟ್ರಿ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಆಫ್ ಬುಕ್ ಕೀಪಿಂಗ್ ಅನ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಫಾಲೋ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ದ ಪರ್ಸನ್ ಹೂ ಇಸ್ ಇನ್ವಾಲ್ವ್ಡ್, ಆ ಕೆಲಸವನ್ನ ಮಾಡುವ ಆತನಿಗೆ ಅಕೌಂಟಿಂಗ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ನ ಬಗ್ಗೆ, ಡಬಲ್ ಎಂಟ್ರಿ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಆಫ್ ಬುಕ್ ಕೀಪಿಂಗ್ ನ ಬಗ್ಗೆ, ಜರ್ನಲ್ ಎಂಟ್ರಿಯ ಬಗ್ಗೆ, ಡೆಬಿಟ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ಸ್ ನ ನೇಚರ್ ನ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಸರಿಯಾದ ಮಾಹಿತಿ ಇರಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದೆ. ಲೆಜರ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಪ್ರಿಪರೇಷನ್ ನ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆದ ಮಾಹಿತಿ ಇರಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದೆ, ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತದೆ. ಇಲ್ಲದಿದ್ರೆ ಮಾಡುವಂತ ಕೆಲಸ ತಪ್ಪಾಗುವ ಸಾಧ್ಯತೆ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಸಾಮಾನ್ಯವಾಗಿ ಅಕೌಂಟಿಂಗ್ ನಾಲೆಜ್ ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಇರುವವನಿಗೆ ಈ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಡಬಲ್ ಎಂಟ್ರಿ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಆಫ್ ಬುಕ್ ಕೀಪಿಂಗ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಕಷ್ಟ ಸಾಧ್ಯ. Under double entry system of bookkeeping, we maintain several number of books: journals, special journals, cash book, purchases book, sales day book, purchase returns book, sales returns book. Likewise, we maintain several books, and also huge files are maintained as source of document. So for every transaction, we need a source of evidence or source document. So we also maintain huge number of files. Hence, this becomes little tedious. ಹಲವಾರು ಪುಸ್ತಕಗಳನ್ನ, ಹಲವಾರು ಬುಕ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ನಾವು ಮೇಂಟೈನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಮೇಂಟೆನೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದೀಸ್ ಬುಕ್ಸ್ ಮೇ ಬಿಕಮ್ ಲಿಟಲ್ ಡಿಫಿಕಲ್ಟ್, ರಿಕ್ವೈರಿಂಗ್ ಮೋರ್ ಸ್ಟೋರೇಜ್, ರಿಕ್ವೈರಿಂಗ್ ಮೋರ್ personnel to handle these particular books. Though there may be some check of arithmetical accuracy by way of preparation of trial balance, it does not guarantee us that the system is free from errors and frauds, because there are few errors which the effect of which may not appear in the trial balance. For example, there are errors called compensating errors. One error is compensated by another error, or it may be error of principle, where the judgment of the particular accounting expert or accounting personnel has gone wrong and he has treated it wrongly. So in that case, such errors will not be reflected in the books of accounts. So hence, double entry system of bookkeeping is not free from limitations, but taking adequate care and installing appropriate computerized accounting system in the organization can reduce the problems of double entry system of
Double entry system of bookkeeping requires the maintenance of an account. What is an account? As we have understood, accounting equation states that assets of a business are always equal to the total of its liabilities. Hence, we arrive at the accounting equation assets is equal to liabilities plus capital. All transactions that affect asset, liability, capital are recorded in such a manner that all increases are put in one side and all decreases are put in the other side, so that we will be able to find out the net change in the position by arriving at the difference between both the sides. All benefits received are put on the left hand side and all the benefits given are put on the right hand side. So, the left hand side is generally called the debit side and the right hand side is generally called the credit side. In case of assets, increase in asset are debited because the business receives benefits, and decrease in assets are credited as the benefit is given over. Similarly, in case of liabilities or capital, increase in liability is credited and decrease in liability is debited. So, in case of an asset, all increases are written on the left hand side, that is the debit side, and all decreases are written on the right hand side, that is the credit side. In case of liability or equity, it is reverse, that is all decreases represent debit, all increases represent credit. In case of expenses, any increase in expense is debited because it further results in reduction of capital. However, decrease in expenses are credited because over a period of time it will increase the capital. It will affect the profitability. So, in higher the expenses, lesser the profit, thereby reducing the capital. Lesser the expenses, higher the profit, thereby increase in the capital. Expenses are debited in case of increase. In case of decrease in expenses, they are credited. Whereas in case of revenue or income, the increase in the revenue or income results in increase of capital and hence it is credited, whereas decrease in the revenue or incomes will reduce the capital and hence they are debited. There are various types of accounts. So we classify the accounts based upon the approaches we follow. The approach can be either traditional approach or American approach, or we also call it accounting equation approach. Under the traditional approach, we classify the accounts under three heads: personal account, real account and nominal account. Personal account are the accounts of natural persons, human individuals, artificial persons like banks, companies, etc. Representative personal account, which stands for the amounts payable or due or receivable from individuals. Whereas real account is an account which represents the assets or things owned by the business, which might be tangible or intangible in nature. For example, land, building, furniture in case of tangible assets, patents, copyrights, etc. are intangible assets. Nominal accounts are accounts for expenses and losses. Nominal accounts are accounts representing the expenses and losses and incomes and gains. Under accounting equation approach or American approach, the accounts are classified into five. They are assets account, tangible and intangible assets, liabilities account, financial obligation of an enterprise to the outsiders, for example, creditors, bank overdraft, outstanding expenses, etc. Capital or equity, which relates to the owners of the enterprise. The revenue and expenses, revenues which are related to the goods and services rendered by the organization, and any other income arising in the process of business. Expenses which relate to the amount incurred or lost in the process of earning the revenue. The form of an account can be seen here. The left hand side is known as the debit side, the right hand side is known as the credit side. In the left hand side, we record those accounts, those entries which need to be. In the debit side, we write the name of the account which needs to be credited, and on the right hand side, we write the name of the account which needs to be debited. So, the reference section or the JF column, the reference section JF column stands for journal folio. That means the page number from which this particular journal entry has been transferred. For example, if this account is that of cash account and I have paid cash to Mr. Suma, the journal entry will be cash account. Suma is receiving cash, so Suma is going to be the receiver of the benefit. Cash who is going out from the business, so business is giving the benefit, so cash account has to be credited and Suma's account has to be debited. So on the credit side of the cash account, I will write by Suma's account and the amount paid to her will be recorded. We have learned double entry system of bookkeeping, meaning, objectives, advantages and disadvantages. We have also learned that what is an account, what are the different forms of account. Thank you.